Oh yeah, KB. Oh yeah. Alrighty then, let's do it to it. All right, here is the order of the blaster break. Right here, I got all the blasters ready to rumble. Let's get over here. Right here, order of blaster up. I'm gonna bring Facebook in close. There you go, Facebook. You can watch from here, right there. Whatnot, you can watch the order like it matters. But here you go. You can watch on this phone. Probably can't see very well, but that's okay. We're going to rip a case of blasters. Here's the order of the blaster rip. Tomorrow, we're going to rip a case of hobbies. Slime and Simon up top. Down below is Jolton Joe DiMaggio and everybody in between. Let's rip a case of blasters. Here we go. Everybody's assigned a blaster. You keep your hits. We are here for hits and hits alone. 7 times around the world. Good luck, everybody. Yes. Suckers. Adam Bomb. J to K. Looney Lenny. Jolton Joe. Frosty the Snowman. Frosty. And the order of the blaster break goes dip. Adam Boom Bandeco rips the first blaster all the way down. That's the order we're going to go with. And we scroll down. You can see your name. I see. Oh, P. Diddy. I forgot to change it to Gangnam Kyle, but I changed it on the other board. I did change it on the other board, but it's Gangnam Kyle now. Lilia Pop, you're on the 23. Triple B, Odd Todd, J to K. All the way down, J to K. That's Jason Bryant. You get the last one. There you go. Okay, so we're going to go with Adam Boom Bendeco and Ashley Cam. They get the first two. They get the first two. Let's go. All right. We are streaming on YouTube. We are streaming on Facebook, Garbage Pail Kids Alive, The Real Deal. And we are streaming on Whatnot, Calvert Cards. All right, kicking it off with Adam Boom Bandeco and Ashley Can. I'm just going to go left to right through all the rows. Phantom was kind enough to open these up for me. All this break is totally sold out. I know Phantom is selling Chrome 7 currently on Whatnot. If you don't have a piece of the pie here, head over to Whatnot and join Phantom's raffle over there. Not raffle, Phantom's Whatnot break. Go over there and join that because this is already sold out. Tomorrow we'll be doing a case rip of hobbies. Case rip of hobbies tomorrow. Monday, I think I'm going to do a blaster rip again, and then that will be it for the blasters. That will be it for the blasters. So Sunday hobbies, Monday blasters. All right, first to act. Here we go. Is Adam Boom Bandeco. All right, I see Hilltop Hobbies has joined the party. If you need anything GPK related, just Google Hilltop Hobbies and you will find my good friend over there. He's got all things GPK related. Get a hold of him. Get a hold of him. You can find him on eBay. You can find him on eBay. He's got all the singles you need posted up there. Let's go. All right, here we go. A pile of blasters. And this is Adam Boom Bandeco right here with blaster party number 1. Wow, they put them on the front. Put them on the glass. There's no C cards. There's no color errors. Why would they do that to us? One that way. There are other ones this way. Dancing Dana. Okay, I have to remember how to rip blasters now because I've been ripping hobbies all weekend. All right, I see Angelo and Keith Brewster's million. Hope, oh my goodness, look at these. They put them in front and back. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. What are they doing here? Marsha. Boom. This is Adam Boom Bandeco. We're just going to go left to right all the way through the rows until we're done with 40 blasters. That's a contest of losers. Lahu Zahers, and they're backwards. Wow. Not only are they backwards, Jumpin' Jambalaya, but they're backwards in the middle of the pack as well. Wow, they really sizzled me on these. I'll let you know once I get there, Joe. Right now, we are ripping. I already went over the list. I went over the list already. I gave you a warning and said we're live. You should have popped on because I said that to you before I went. But I will go over the list as we go. I just can't go through all 40 of them right now. Boom. I got too many moving parts, but I did go over the list. If anybody wrote them down, they could tell Joe. Let Joe know. Let Joe know. Vanessa Undresser. Kaylee Comet, Banana Hammock, and Blasted Billy too. I can tell you this, you're not up anytime soon because I went over the list and I remember saying who it was. It was Ashley is up next and then Triple B. Those are the next two. As I finish a blaster, I'll go down the list a little bit more as we go. Gold, David Happy Hoff, 23B. 23B, David Happy Hoff, 14 out of 50. 14 out of 50 on the David Happy Hoff. That is a Butte Clark, 23B, 14 out of 50. And this goes to Adam Boom Bandeco. It's fitting that your name is Adam Boom Bandeco. Wow, a David Happy Hoff, 14 out of 50. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, but when I do, I will let you know when I see it on the. Let's see here. Bingo. That was boom. I still need to post the Sapphire 3 and 4 breaks. I'll do that tonight as well for next weekend. This was Adam B. Bandeco. Nice scoop and score there for Adam Bandeco. Let's go. All right, will you get another one? All right, next up is Ashley, and then boom. Ashley, and then Triple B. Ashley, and then Triple B. Here we go. Ashley, let's go. And Ashley says, nothing. No soup at all. We get a lot more Rory autographs and blasters. We get 2 to 3, it seems like. Okay, they did these packs correctly. I like this. These I can sizzle on. Okay, now let's stack them. I just didn't like how they were doing before. Same 10 cards. It's goofy. I don't like that. I don't like it one bit. All right. This is Ashley. If you're looking for action right now on Whatnot, currently live on Whatnot is Phantom, ripping Chrome 7 and selling spots. If you want to play, if you are not in this break, I don't mind you staying here and tuning in, but if you want to play in some, if you want to join some action, Phantom is on Whatnot right now, selling spots for Chrome 7. So make sure and tune in over there. All right, Ashley, let's find you something. What's my Naomi? Bratty Matty, Blasted Billy 2, No Bull, Will Berry, Oral Laurel, Boxing, Maxine, Haley, Busted Arm, and Sappy, Sarah right there. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Shuffled Sherman, Screwy Dewey, Medicates, Alien Allen, and June Moon. All right, next up is going to be Triple B. And then Joe, you're after that. Joe, you are after Triple B. Joe, you are after Triple B, so your first slot is coming up. Don't like that. I guess I'll do that to that. Joe, you are on deck. Joe Schmidt, you are on deck for your next one. So stick around for that. I don't see you, but my list only shows down to 10, and I don't see you in the next. I don't see you in the next 10 after that. So after this next one, Joe, you can take a little break. You can go make some banana bread. Please, when you join these, if you could pay as you join them. It's kind of difficult to shake people down while others are waiting. So please, when you claim, pay as you claim, or let me know what's going on. Don't leave me in the dark. Leave me in the dark. It just delays the break. I don't like to break without any communication. So give me some communication, please. When I drop the hobby one tomorrow, if you join, please let me know what your plan is then. Tomorrow's hobby will drop in the morning. All right, here we go. This is Triple B. So far, we've got 1 gold, and it went to Adam Boom Bandeco. Bruno, bye-bye, guy. Bye-bye, Dotted Lionel. Chris Mess, Homer Runt, Bratty Matty, Savage Sam, Jughead Ted, Sticky Nicky, have a nice day. Marsha, William Pin, June Moon, and look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, that is a Rory version of the tree, ripping some limbs off. That is a sweetheart right there. I love the art on that one. That is a good one right there. That is an autograph. An auto going to Brad Williams. Takes it down to the Paradise City where the grass is green and the trees aren't so pretty. Take Brad Williams home. Let's go, B-Dub. That is 2 hits in the deck so far out of just a few blasters. Let's go. That is Brad Williams. Boom. Let's go. Let's go. B-Dub. All right, B-Dub. Got you there. All right, we're not done yet, though, with this blaster. Let's finish it off. Donnie Dumbbell, Ruben Cube, Fletcher's Gone Stretcher, Uneven Eva, and Jay Prey. All right, next up is Joe Schmidt. And let me look down the list. After Joe is Gangnam Style, Kyle. Kyle Gangnam Style on the 5. Frosty, Odd Todd, Frosty, and Adam marks the spot. Adam marks the spot after that. So this is Joe Schmidt right here. Good luck to you, Joe. Good luck, Joe. This is Joe Schmidt. After Joe is Kyle. That would be Gangnam Style Kyle or P. Diddy. P. Diddy in some circles. And that is after Joe. And then we've got Frosty, Odd Todd, Frosty, and Adam Bomb. That's Adam marks the spot. Here we go. Here we go. That is the next group of 4 or 5. You guys see how long it takes me to rip a blaster? So just if you didn't hear your name called, you can go belly up to the bar if you'd like. You got a little bit of time. You got a little bit of time. All right, here we go. Joe Schmidt. Let's find you something good in here. Haley Comet. Hot Air Houston. Oh, Hot Air Houston. There's that card, but without an autograph. Kettle Credle. Will Berry. June Swoon. Homer Runt. Tongue Tied Tina. Donnie Dumbbell, Surfing Sophie, Brandis Bryan, Vanessa Andressa, Sappy, Slappy, Well Done, Banana Hammock, Haunted Forest, Shufflin' Sherman, Off the Mark, On the Mark, Sharpen Sheena, Pete Seat, Jughead Ted, and Don Julio, Blanco, Well Done, Haunted Forest, On the Mark, oh, Snot Shot Scott, you gotta like that one, Sharpen Sheena, and Barfin Barbara. Nothing to see there. And now we move on to the next one. Let's let her rip. And after Joe was, this is Kyle. P. Diddy Kyle. Let's get you some. Let's get you some P. Diddy Kyle. And then after P. Diddy, this is Frosty. Frosty, you're on deck. Frosty, you are on deck. Frosty's waiting in the wings. He's like, Scott, hurry up. I want to go to bed. I'm sorry, Frosty. We're just going to do them like this. Take this weird odd one off the top. We're taking the odd one off the top and putting them down because they put, as GPK Damien said, this is an odd way of doing packs, but this is how they did them for some reason. One up, several down, and then we'll just flip them around. Yeah, this whole blaster, they're doing goofy stuff to us here. They're doing goofs. They're doing goofs. Let's go. Bulls, Ira. All right, those were dead. Let's flip this over, and this is Gangnam Style, P. Diddy Style, Pete Seat, Swollen Swain, Cannibal Stew, Vladimir Glenn, Shuffled Sherman, Banana Hammock, Haley Comet, Homer Runt, Donnie Dumbbell, Christine Vaccine, June Swoon, Potato Sack Chase, Tongue Tied Tina, Marsha, Phil, Philip, Fun and James, Bratty Matty, Munching Madonna, one of my favorite ones. Who doesn't like a Munching Madonna and Gooey Huey in the news? All right, that was Gangnam Style Kyle. Next up, Frosty was like, are they going to be backwards or forward? I don't know, Frosty. I haven't seen them yet. So far, we've got an autograph. Adam Ben Deco. And no, Adam B got the David Hasselhoff in the gold variety, and Buffalo Wild Wings Brad Williams took down the auto, the Rory auto. We probably will see another Rory auto. It's kind of like the sketches. We've had some bad boy sketches recently. 2 black label sketches, which are pretty tough to come by, I guess. Like 1 in 5,000 packs. We've had 2 of them so far. We have yet to pull a super in the hobbies, but we did pull a super in the blasters. So why not try the blasters again? I was having bad luck with the hobbies as far as pulling a super goes. So let's pull one in the blasters again. All right. This is Frosty the Snowman. Let's go. Let her rip, Tater Chip, Frosty Man. There's the David Hasselhoff that I know a guy that pulled the 101 there. I know a guy. He did. We pulled the gold, though. Not quite as cool. Not quite as cool. Too cool for school. Banana Hammock, William Penn, Modern Art, Max Stacks, and Haunted Forest. Let's get it. I will stretch out the list a little further here in just a minute. Bear with me. Reptilian Lillian. Broom with Bruno, Pete C. Fletcher's Gone Stretcher. Sticky Nicky. On the mark, off the mark. That's Juggling Judd. Grilled Gill and Modern Art. Come on, baby. Show us the red ski. All right, next up, after Frosty was Odd Todd, Frosty, Adam, Marks, Odd Todd, P. Diddy, Green Helene, Looney Lenny, and Adam Boom Bandeco. All right, so Joe, you get quite the break there. You get quite a break. This is Odd Todd. Joe, you're a ways down, it looks like. You are a ways down. As we get through about the next 5 or 6, I'll extend the list down. We went over at the beginning of the show, but I'll just keep extending the list down as I go. The way I'm set up, it doesn't make it real easy for me to just go down all 40 every couple minutes. So I will extend it down a little further. But Joe, you're on break. You're on break. Go make some banana bread, Joe, and come back probably in about 15 minutes. I'd say 15 to maybe even longer. I'd say more like 20 minutes, Joe, just to see where we're at. You got at least a 20-minute reprieve. It takes me a minute to get through these bad boys, and we have 40 of them to rip through. 40. 4D. All right, these brewing with Bruno Mars. It's weird going back to blasters, that's for sure. I've been ripping hobbies pretty hot and heavy. Pretty hot and heavy on the blasters. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go. Flipski, and this again was Odd Todd on the 7. Odd Todd, here we go, Odd Todd. Monte Carlo, Banana Hammock. Boom. Yeah, gross. Boom. Donnie Dumbbell. Haley Comet. June Swoon. Homer Runt. Have a nice day. Marsha. Dumbbell Donnie. Have a nice day. Donnie, does Vicky ever call you Dumbbell Donnie? She should every once in a while, just for fun. Just for shits and giggles, Donnie. Just for shits and giggles. All right, that was Odd Todd. Next up on center stage, after Odd Todd, is going to be Frosty again. Frosty and Adam marks the spot. Frosty and then Adam marks the spot. Let's go. That was Odd Todd. This is Frosty. Come on out of there. You're bothering me. Let's go. Oh, that one did not want to come out very nice. I don't like the way they set these blasters in there. This is not a Breaker's Delight. I can tell you that. It's not a Breaker's Delight where they put one on top, make you peel it off. But I'll work through it. You know what? You give me a shit sandwich and I'll make my way through it. You know I will. Put a little mayonnaise on that thing. Here we go. Let's go. That's a royal flush. I just took my son out for a little lunch. He's in town from college. And he said, let's go have some late breakfast. And instead, we wound up going to a Hawaiian place. Brienne, we went to a Hawaiian place. I had spam and eggs. I'm a sucker when I'm having around Hawaiian food. I got to go with the spam and eggs. I got to try the spam and eggs. There's nothing wrong with a good spam and eggs. It's real meat, you know. It's truly real meat. It's some sort of meat. I think it's assholes and chicken lips is what it is. I think that's what spam is made of, but it's delicious. It's delicious. If you like hot dogs, it's just kind of a smashed together hot dog, I guess. All right, that was Frosty. No scoop and score there. Boom. Next up on center stage is another blaster, and this would be Adam marks the spot. This is Adam marks the spot now. We got to do these again. That's right. No, I went to Roxy's. GPK Damien, I went to Roxy's in Tualatin. I went over to Roxy's and had some spam and eggs and macaroni and rice. Mac and rice, spam and eggs, and I put a little bit of that spicy sriracha on there. It'll get you in the end. Be careful. Tread carefully with that spicy sriracha. It bites. It bites. It's like ghoulies. It'll come right out of the toilet and bite you. Be careful. It's like it'll. You guys remember watching ghoulies when you were kids, don't you? You remember the movie poster where it had the ghoulie coming out and it said right on the poster, uh, "They'll get you in the end." It was coming up from the toilet. Oh, come on now. I worked at a video store when I was 12, 13 years old called Pop's Family Video in Grants Pass, Oregon. That was my first job. That was my first gig. I didn't run a video store. I was child labor. Um, I worked at the video store for my uncle. That allowed, while I worked there, it allowed him to take, he liked to smoke the weed so he could go take weed breaks while I was working there. He was he was my role model. Oh my goodness. Now you know why I'm all twisted. All right, that is No Show Bruno. Still love my uncle. Still to this day, we still talk. We get along great. Yes, he is a good dude. He's a good dude. He just took a lot of breaks. I can tell you that. He took a lot of breaks. I'm like, Uncle, why do you always smell like skunk? Why do you always smell like skunk? Don't worry about it. Just run the video store. Remember, charge them 50 cents so they don't rewind. Okay, I'm on it. 50 cents. Give me your 50 cents. Be kind. Please rewind. Be kind. Please rewind. All right, that was Adam Marks the Spot. And that was No Show Bruno Mars on Adam Marks the Spot. Here we go. No Show Bruno Mars. That goes to Adam Marks. Where are my boom? Adam Marks. Okay, we're about to start a new list. That was Adam Marks. Boom. Which one? Which red? Which red, Ashley? Share with us, Ashley. All right, that was Adam Marks, so there should be 31 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 30, 31. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was dialed in. You don't want to keep going if you're not sure. But I start talking about running a video store. I got a little confused, dazed and confused. All right, here comes the next grouping. After Adam Marks the Spot, we're gonna kick it off with Odd Todd and Gangnam Style Kyle. All right, good luck, Odd Todd. Good luck to you. Be kind. Please rewind, or we're going to charge you 50 cents. Oh, and you're late a day. That's another $3. That's a late fee. Dang it, I didn't rewind and I'm late. Oh, you've been more than a week past due. We're going to charge you for the full movie. Oh, no. No, please say it ain't so. Yes, remember at the video stores were fantastic in the 80s. We went through several different brands. You had Beta. Remember the old Betas in the early 80s? And then they came out with VHS. My kids were like, what the hell's VHS, Dad? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It was good times, though. VHS. And then we had, after VHS was, I believe, Laserdisc. But people you would rent these like little suitcases that would have inside of them the VHS player that was really, really heavy. I don't think a lot of people understand, unless you grew up in that time, how heavy VCRs were. How heavy VCRs were. Oh my goodness, they were heavy. And then they came out with Laserdisc. Remember the big giant Laserdisc? Those weren't around very long, but you had to rent basically a record and put it in there. And it's like, here's your record. Oh, cool. This makes a lot of sense. And then they went from Laserdisc to DVDs. And then they got really weird with stuff. They started renting DVDs through Netflix. A lot of young kids are like, really? You used to just mail movies back and forth? Well, that came along a lot later when we really got advanced. But I worked at Circuit City, and they had a product called Divx. And while I was working at Circuit City, so I have a history in audio video stuff. I did work at Circuit City for a while in Medford and in Tigard, two Circuit Cities. and I worked in the audio video department. So I sold, basically I sold ghetto boxes, the old ghetto boxes. All right, here we go, left to right. That was Odd Todd. Now it's Gangnam Style Kyle. Gangnam Style Kyle, let's go. So there was this product called Divx. Divx was, so the idea, the concept was pretty amazing, but it just didn't go. So you go into a Circuit City and you had to buy a DVD Divx machine. And what you would do is you had to then buy the movies discounted, but they would only play like 3 times. And then that was the end of the life. So it was basically a disposable movie that you had rights to for like 3 movies, 3 watches. It was like 3 watches, and then that was it. That was the end of it. And we were, if we could sell those, we would get paid like, for every one we sold, we would get like, I don't know, like $50. And 1 month, I was by far the worst employee there. I mean, I would do some stupid shit. Like, I shouldn't even say this, but I'm going to say it because it was 20, 25, 26 years ago, 27 years ago. So what I would do, I was like 22. What I would do is, around the Christmas time, I would ring up all of the extended warranties. And then I just tell people, just don't worry about it. In January, just refund it. No big deal. Just go in and get a full refund. You know what? Just get the extended warranty. So I really pushed the extended warranties in December and really get my sales up. And then in January, it was based on month to month. In January, I would put all the sales in my coworker's name. So they had their sales up and they look really good in January. So 1 month, you're employee of the quarter. The next month they want to fire you, and it would, but they didn't. They wouldn't fire you because they kind of liked my bullshit ability, I guess. I don't know, but it was bad things. So then what would happen? You'd go, well, you're scratching your head, and you're like, well, how would you make extra money? Well, the guy that I would put all the money, all the sales in January into his account, he would then take me to a strip club. No, I was kidding about that. He would then give me cash for the extra sales because he was getting commission, and I would have the worst sales possible. I only worked there for like 6 months, and I believe I was fired or they asked me to leave. I'm not sure. I'm not totally sure, but yeah, it was just being young and dumb, and I guess a criminal. But you know what? You learn from dumb things like that. But yeah, it wasn't really a criminal. It wasn't a criminal activity. It was just I would cue it up to being devious. It was a little bit devious back then in the '90s, making some stupid decisions. But yeah, those were my last days working in audio video stuff. Just being an idiot. I thought the industry was kind of bananas anyway. But now all those stores closed, and you could say they closed because of me. They closed because of me. Brad Minton, Vanessa Andressa, Pete Seat, Jughead Ted. When was that? That was 26 years ago. Oh my goodness, 26 years ago. Hey, Banana Hannah, and that. So now you know. Now you know why all the Circuit Cities closed. It was because of me. I am the reason why all the Circuit Cities closed. Austin Clark's. Now you know. Everybody. Now the riddle's solved. It was me. It was me that closed them all. I was the reason. Yeah. Because shortly after that, they started closing them down. Nah, they were open for quite a bit longer than that. But yeah, it was just being stupid, stupid, stupid. All right, that was let's see. Was that P Diddy? I believe that was P Diddy. Now we have Green Helene. But let me make sure. I'm gonna actually mark these backwards. Well, just so I don't, because I know I'm gonna get screwed up. 40, 39, 38, 37, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 40, and then 1, 40, and then we got, just want to make sure I'm not an idiot here. 40 to 1, and this will be 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 4, 33, 32, 31, 30, and then we're going to go 39, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, and 21, right? Should be there. Oh, you idiot. You moron. You double marked them. But that's okay. The number should still work. That should be 11. 11. Oh, you. I fucked it all up. Just bear with me. I'm being an idiot right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 29. 29. So we just did 11. Did 11. So now we're on Green Helene. Yes, we're on Green Helene. Green Helene. Let's go. So then I should do 12. 13, yes. Here we go. Okay. Sorry, I started talking about the old glory hole days and got lost there for a little bit. We're still dialed in though. This is Green Helene. Green Helene. I should have a better list up than that over to my side. After Green Helene is Looney Lenny. Looney Lenny, you're on deck. Looney Lenny. Yeah, so that was the history of the VCRs. Just goofy shit. Goofy shit. So I started in a video store in Grants Pass, and then I transitioned to a Circuit City a little bit while later, and then I only did that for a couple years. But I definitely learned the ins and outs of that crazy shit, which was kind of fun during those days. I also managed a pizza place called Pyro's Pizza. Pyro's Pizza, and that place didn't make. Every place I worked at closed. I got they opened another restaurant though, and they wouldn't let me work there either. They said, Scott, you're only good at cards. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're only good at cards. Rollin', Ben, Sandy Cloud. Now the pizza, that place was by a Heidi, and that was Helene. All right, next up after Helene. That place had gourmet pizza, but the problem they ran into was a bunch of us were teenagers, and they and at that place they had beer on tap. That is Helene. Looney Lenny. This is Leonard King. It's good to be king. They served, they had beer on tap, and they had a bunch of high school kids, not high school kids, we were all probably 19, 20 working there. And I learned a thing or two about beers on tap, that's for certain. I did learn about that. I learned about that at their expense. Oh, yes. I, I have a lot of different jobs I did as a young. I was a river guide. I ran a pizza place. Well, I kind of slightly, not really ran it. I ran it into the ground. Does that count as running it? I worked at a video store. I worked at Circuit City. I worked on the Mount Ashland as a ski lift guy. I did that for a year. Shit, what else did I do? And I was telling my son today, I go, this generation's a little different. None of you guys really try all these different jobs out and kind of learn about working so much. You go to college and then you're just going to hit the ground running when you're done. I'm like, I don't know if it kind of works that way. I was like, dude, I did about 12 different jobs from age 12. I always worked. I always had something. Whether I got fired or not, I could always find another job. But I loved working. I worked basically from 12 to about now. And I still like working. I still like schlepping, grinding. Um, yeah, I don't, now I run my own business and I don't drink on the job. Well, not too often anyway. Not too often. That is on the mark. But yeah, I was just telling him, like, I don't know how. I'm a little concerned that when you're done with college, that you kind of have the work ethic that you need. And he's like, Dad, you used to rip off Circuit City and pizza places and everything else. So what makes you? I'm not. He doesn't know that, but I just kidding about that. But I did learn a lot about businesses and how to run them the right way, how to run them the wrong way. Learning from my own stupidity, and I feel like I kind of head in the right direction. I do. I enjoy the shit out of it too. All right, that was Leonard King. It's good to be king. How about Leonard King? Leonard King right there. Let's see what else. Oh, I forgot. I also for a year worked at UPS. This is all between 12 and about 23. UPS, Pizza, Mountain, River Guide. Shit. I worked anywhere else. UPS was good though. I liked UPS. If you really wanted to look like Popeye, you got a job as a preloader. Holy shnikers. Get a job as a preloader, um, and you'll get Popeye arms. For certain, for certain. Where else did I work? I feel like I had another job too. Not for certain. The best job I ever had, though, but hands down, the best job I ever had was being a river guide. All through the 90s in the summer, if you were to run the Rogue River, you would have been seeing me as this blonde-haired kid out there, best shape of my life. Oh, you don't think so, huh? Let me show you a little picture. This is what I looked like as a river guide. You're gonna say, your fat ass looked like that? I'm gonna say, yep, sure did. This is what I look like as a river guide. You won't believe it. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. This is what a river guide looked like in Grants Pass, Oregon. Let me see. Right there. That was me as a river guide in the 90s. That's from working at UPS. That is what you could do your laundry on my stomach. Now, my stomach could eat your laundry. That's the difference. From then to now, you could have washed your clothes on my stomach, and now my stomach will eat your clothes. That's just a little bit different. A few years later, holy shnikey, how things change. How things change. Yeah. But you know what? Maybe pickleball will get me into that kind of shape again. You never know. You never know. That picture was taken in 1996, 95, 96, 95, 96. It's true. That's me. That's me as a river guide. All right. It was good to be king. And now it is Adam Boone Bandeco. This is Adam Boone Bandeco because the last one was Leonard King. Let's go. Barf and Barbara, Pilgrim, Screwy Dewey, Valerie Vomit, Louise Squeeze, have a nice day. Tongue Tied Tina. The best workout in the world was just rowing boats. Rowing boats down the lower Rogue River. Reptilian Lillian, Fun and James, Cut Up Carmen, Stair Casey, Harry Met Sally, and Milky Wayne. Yep. But yeah, I was having that conversation with my kiddo today. I was like, you never know. You never know. It might be good to work every once in a while. Okay, this is Triple B and then Ashley Cam. Triple B. It's true. Ashley, that is me. Johnny, I never worked with those two, but I did frequent them, though. I did frequent them. That is for certain. Boom. But I did like working in the 90s. I thought that was a good time to be working. A lot of fun places to work. A lot of, just learned a lot of shit. Learned to smoke weed with my uncle. No, I didn't. He wouldn't share with me. My uncle wouldn't share. He wasn't a share. Boom. I think what else? I feel like there was one other job I had, but maybe not. Maybe not. Seemed like I was a referee. I forgot about that. I was a referee. I refereed. I did referee for a little bit. I refereed freshman and JV basketball for a couple years. I did do that. I refereed JV and freshman and JV basketball, boys and girls. Yeah, I was kind of a goofball out there calling fouls, calling balls and strikes. Oh, yeah, calling the balls and strikes. Bent Brent, Royal Flush, Alexander the Great, rolling, Chris Mess, Brad Minton, Valerie Vomit, Vanessa Andressa, Stair Casey, Grant Ant, Staple Gunther, Jackpot, and a backwards card, Screwball Lou. Let's go. This channel is full. Am I going to get banned again? Oh my goodness. Here we go. All right. Who was that? Did I say Ashley was next? Is that what I said? That was Triple B Ashley. Let me see. Let me do a count again. So if Ashley, this would be 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. There we go. All right, this is Ashley. I said it earlier, but I just wanted to double check. Ashley and then Adam marks the spot. All right, Ashley and then Adam marks. Ashley and then Adam Marks. I'm just going to keep counting them like an idiot because I like telling stories. And sometimes when I tell stories, I get a little lost in translation on where I'm at. So I need a recap. Just tell me. Say, Scott, you already know this is Ashley. This is Ashley's on deck. So far, we've got a gold, a blue, a green, and an autograph. That's what we pulled so far. Oh, going down memory lanes in the 80s and 90s. 80s and 90s. That's what we're doing with Garbage Pail Kids. We're going down memory lane. Thanks for the memories in the 80s and 90s. Oh, yes. It was fun. Yes. And then for me, around 2004, kids came along. 2004, kids came along. And then around 2010, well, I did leave out one part. My mom and dad brought all my Garbage Pail Kids up to me in the 2000s. I sold them all on eBay, made some money. I said, you know what? That was a lot of fun. I want to keep doing that. And around 2010, I started, I met up with a guy named Hilltop Hobbies, and he kind of taught me the ways of GPK and said, Scott, it seems like you like GPK. Why don't you buy some of my GPK? And I said, I'll do it. I'll do it, Hilltop Hobbies. I'm going to buy some of your GPK. And next thing you know, Calvert Cards was born, and here we are. Ripping Chrome 7 all these years later. My business did pretty well 2012 through 2014, 15, and then I shut her down. I shut her down for a few years, opened it back up around 2018, and it caught fire. Caught fire around 2021 and throughout COVID. And then here we are. I definitely met a lot of awesome people along the way. And I could thank many, many of you for helping, for being part of Calvert Cards and growing this business of mine. And I haven't really looked back since. It has been rocking and rolling. And all of you know who you are out there that have been a big part of Calvert Cards, giving me advice. Just kind of working me, helping me get through things, getting through some stuff. And now we've got a break and raffle page that is second to none. It's second to none. It's true. It's second to none. There you go. All right, that was Ashley on the last one, and this one is Adam marks the spot. I already said that. Adam marks the spot, and my music died. No WTU. Oh, it won't let me skip it. All right, Adam marks the spot. Let's get you something here. Medicate, Nodding, Naya, Nita, Noah, Screwy with Dewey, Staircase, Eat, Russ, Puss. Adam marks the spot. Let's find you something in here. Let's find you something to write home about. Cannibal Stew, Acrobatic Alicia, braided with brandy. But yeah, no, I think just the life lessons that I've learned have been a big part of Calvert Cards, and just the cool people that have been part of the GPK, the Calvert Cards family here. So thank you, everybody. Okay, that was Adam marks the spot. Next up is John, Junk Food John, and then Jolton Joe. Jolton Joe. This is right here. Junk Food John. Junk Food John, and then Jolton Joe. Wow, I confused myself again. I just did Ashley, and Adam marks the spot. So 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're good. We're right. Geez, I have to do that every once in a while. I have to do it every once in a while just to make sure I don't screw up. I don't want to screw these up. And this is, I should have marked them before I started. Next time I'm going to mark them before I start. That way I don't have to keep counting and screwing up my numbers. I'll just mark them. I'll work through that. Let's see. And this is John and then Jolton Joe. I will have them all marked 1 through 40, and then I won't have to keep counting, take my shoes and socks off and count. Especially then, I did mark them. I did mark them after the fact, and I confused myself even more, like an idiot. Sandy Claude Gymnasium, like an absolute idiot. This is Junk Food John, and then Joe Schmidt. No, John A. Scott. This is Junk Food John A. Scott right here. Junk Food John A. Scott. No, this is John Duncan right here. Yeah, crisscross. Haven't seen the crisscross before. There we go. Nothing to see there. Next up, after Junk Food John, this is Jolton Joe. I don't, Donnie, you'd have to ask a tracker. Donnie, you'd have to ask a tracker on that one. I'd ask Nancy or Brianne on that one, or Jeremy. All right, this is Joe Schmidt. Come on, Joe Schmidt. Let's get you some love in here. Let's get you some love and let's go. All right, Rapper's out of here. And Joe Schmidt says, survey says, Windy Whitney, jackpot. What the heck is that? They had a little booger on it. Haley Comet, Cannibal Stew, Modern Art, Grilled Gill, Gooey Huey, and the news. Monte Carlo. Valerie Vomit, Bulls Ira, Modern Art, Paul Bunyan. Brad Minton, Tongue Tied Tina, nothing to see there. All right, next up after Joe will be number 20. Number 20 is Junk Food John again. All right, John A. Scott, you get another bite at the apple right here. This is number 20. So we should have 20 left. Number 20, halfway home. We're halfway home. I don't know if I have enough stories to get us through the second half, but I'm going to dream up something. Oh, I got some stories I could tell. I could tell you truly about growing up in the 80s with my brother and I. I could tell you a few stories about that. All right, that'll be for the back end. The back end. On the back end, we got some stories. Got some stories. Yep, I've told these before, but it's been a while. So not they don't all involve my brother, but these are 80s. These are 80s stories. Things were a little different then. Things were a little different in the 80s. It's true. All right, we have 20 blasters left. Yes, we do. I don't know why I keep counting them. I've been styled in the whole time, but for whatever reason, I've been second guessing myself. There's 20 blasters there. We're on number 20. We have 20 left. Scott, stop second guessing yourself. Okay, I'll try not to. I'll try not to. All right. All right. I'll try not to. This is number 20, and this is John A. Scott. No, it's actually Junk Food John Duncan. But we're going to go with John A. Scott in case we hit a 101, and then Johnny can celebrate. 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 Dance to the music. Vanessa Undresser, Phil Grimm, Mickey Mouse, and John Pancake Jake, and Jackpot. John A. Scott, you struck out again, dang it. But you got another bite at the apple, Johnny. Johnny, you do get another bite at the apple, so don't go away mad. Just go away. Girl, don't go away mad. Just go away. Here we go. Oh, right. Boom. All right, number 21, Adam Boom Bandeco. Okay, Adam Boom Bandeco. All right, let's tell me a story. Tell me a story. Okay, first one's a fire story. The first one's a fire story. This does not involve my brother. So, my brother, you can stand down for a minute. You can stand down. This one involves myself. So, back then, I grew up on property. And because in Southern Oregon, it wasn't like you were rich growing up on property. They were basically giving away property in the 80s in Southern Oregon, especially outside the city. Outside the city limits, they couldn't give the shit away. So, um, so anyway, um, my dad was made a big, he always burned. My dad had these big burn piles. And my dad had this little cup that he would pour gasoline into, and he'd take the gasoline or he'd do a couple things. Before he'd light it, he'd put gasoline. It was that high lead gasoline stuff back in the 80s, whatever that stuff was called. But you'd use it in motorcycles. It gave it that special kick, had a little kick to it. But back in the 80s, still today they pour gasoline on. It's not like this was an 80s thing. People pour gasoline on fires now. But this is from the 80s. So it's a story from the 80s, okay? Okay, it's a story from the 80s. But I was watching my dad through the window, pouring gasoline on the fire, and then he lit it. He lit on fire, and it was this big boom, and then it would burn. But the stuff was a little wet, and the fire kind of died out a little bit. He would then pour gasoline into like a little jar, and then just fire it on there. And for me as a kid, I love watching that shit. It's like fire, anything fire, awesome, fireworks, fire, all this shit. So my dad left, and I found the can of gasoline inside of the garage, and it had one of those old school nozzles. It was like an aluminum gasoline can, the round one. It probably said like mobile on it or something. And I went out there and had the long nozzle, the metal nozzle, not the new plastic ones that they do now, but it had like the metal nozzle on it. And so I go out there with this can and the nozzle, and I go dump it onto the fire. The fire decided to go from the fire through the gasoline to the end of the nozzle. And here I am holding this can of gasoline, nozzle still lit, and I was burning, and I didn't know what to do. So any smart kid would just put the reverse cowgirl the nozzle and put it between their legs and smother it. So I put it between my legs and smothered it. To this day, my balls haven't grown back. No, they have, but they almost blew off. I almost blew myself up, but I put the fire out, put the gasoline can away, and I went inside, and I just was like a ghost. Like, what the fuck just happened? What did I just do? Did I just survive something? Holy cow, that happened. And I didn't die from that. That was one of those things that I did not die from. That was a bit wild. Yeah, I'm a survivor. All right, that was Adam Boom Bandeco, correct? Well, let me just count because every time I tell a story, I lose count. So hold on. We are on to, I believe, 21. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. No, that was Adam Boom Bandeco. This is Jolton Joe. This is blaster number 22. Jolton Joe, blaster number 22. All right. I did both those blasters on that last story. Blaster number 22. So that was, this is 22. So I'm going to go 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, now we're dialed in. Look at that. I went from full-fledged idiot to I figured it out. All right, that is, right now, we're back to figured it out. I got it. 22, this is Jolton Joe. Jolton Joe. We will end at 40, it's true. I haven't screwed the list up yet, but I'm trying to. But now there's no way of screwing it up because they're marked properly. Now, next time I'll mark them 1 through 40, and I won't be an idiot. That way I can tell stories and not get confused. Okay, so I got another story, and they're marked properly, so I can tell another story. This one involves my brother. So I grew up with motorcycles. I had the little Honda Trail 70, I think it was, the little Honda Trail 70 bike. I got the hand-me-down bike. My brother had the fancy Kawasaki 100 whatever cc. I mean, that thing, you could just see it spewing out gasoline out the back of it. And it went like twice as fast as mine. Mine was just one of those. It was a trail bike. It was a trail bike. So it was basically like an e-bike is today. You're just meant to cruise on it. You know, so I would ride. I had some buddies that had motorcycles, and we would ride everywhere. We lived next to what was called BLM property, Bureau of Land Management, basically government property, and we'd go shred that stuff. We would just go up and shred. One day, my brother was bored, and his bike ran out of gas or died or whatever. And guess what he did to me on my motorcycle? He kicked me off. He kicked me off my motorcycle, and there I was kicking rocks down the road, fat little kid trying to figure out how I was going to get home because I wasn't going to run and I wasn't going to walk. And I was trying to figure out how I was going to make it a half-mile home. I was like, how am I going to make it a half-mile home? 23, 4, 6, 7, yep. This is 23, and this is Lilia Pop. Lilia Pop on the 23. Here we go, Lilia Pop. Um, so I was trying to figure that out, and I could hear my motorcycle coming. On the side in the shrubs was this rope that I tied to a tree, and I strung it across to another tree and tied it loosely, thinking that I would catch the motorcycle right on the front and it would stop the motorcycle. I mean, yeah, that's how smart I was. I'm like, I'm going to stop this motorcycle, and whatever collateral damage comes, you know, it's whatever. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. And instead, this was an old ratty rope, an old ratty rope. I strung it across the road, and this rope caught my brother right in the neck, right in the neck, and it did not decapitate him. He did not get decapitated. Although at the time, I was a tad bit angry, a little bit salty, but it did not decapitate him. The rope luckily broke, and then he stopped his motorcycle and he looked at me and he said, "Go ahead and get on." And then he took me home, and I think he pondered life. he pondered life just like I did after I put the fire out. I think he pondered life for a few days after that as well. Yes, I told you I had some 80 stories that those are going to be tough to top. Those those are going to be tough to top right there. I might have another good one in there too if you give me some time. If you give me some time, I might be able to top another. This is what we did growing up on land out in the middle. This is the difference between a city kid and a country kid. The country kids try to kill their siblings. They do. They try to kill their siblings. Oh my goodness. You didn't know where that story was going, did you? It almost, and he had a line across his neck where the rope embedded in his neck. I guess I was a little bit off on the height of where I should tie the rope. I was a little bit off. Oh, yes. I was a dick, Johnny. I was. All right. This is 26, 25, 24. 24. I was the little brother, though. Hey, you have to develop survival skills when you're the little brother. This is 24. 24. Oh, we did some crazy things on these motorcycles, though. I remember one time my brother was trying to jump a cliff with them, and he wound up landing on his back and left his motorcycle there and just crawled home. I mean, it's like motorcycles, they're fun for kids, but when they're kind of just left alone and you didn't, maybe it was just us. Maybe it was just us, but we did some dangerous things with those. We had all kinds of jumps and everything else, and we kind of pushed the envelope with them. I drove them on the main road sometimes. Back then, cops didn't really care if you were underage driving a motorcycle on the road. Wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't that big of a deal, especially if your father was the sheriff of the town. Yeah, just you're okay. You're like, you're good. Go ahead. Are you drinking again, Scott? No, not today. Smoking weed, maybe, but not drinking. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. All right, here we go. This blaster is 4, 5, 6, yes, 24, and this is Triple B. Triple B. Let's get you something. So far, we've been kind of skunked on the last few. Potato Zach, Blockhead Blake, Chris Mess, Bratty Matty, Homer Runt, Elastic Elwood, Russ Puss. Something in there, nothing in there. Oh, we got a hit coming. A grilled gill. A grilled gill. B-Dub strikes again. Hit number 2 for B-Dub on the grilled gill. But somehow, some way, all 3 of us siblings survived. We survived. And we still kind of get along. We still do. 259A, 111. 111. My brother's in the hospital from the accident, though. The accident. I'm kidding. He's not. He's not. He's still alive. Brad Williams right there. Cut up Carmen. Let's go. Maybe 2 hits and a blast would be kind of cool every once in a while. Can you do that for us? Pete Seat, well done. Paul Bunyan, Performing Pink. There you go. It's Tina. Now, let's move on. Let me move all these up a little bit closer. Right there. That is 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. All right, here we go. Number 25. Who's on 25? Who's on first? 25 is, survey says, Sliming with Simon on the 25. Hello, my name is Simon, and I like to do draw rings. Braided Brandy. Let's go. Braided Brandy right there. Oh my goodness, it's modern art. Modern art. Your grandpa was. Well, in the town I grew up with, my grandfather was the first. My grandfather was the first county commissioner to get recalled, and he was under sheriff. Oh yes, he was recalled as an elected official. Unbelievable. That's my bloodline right there. Right there. The first county commissioner to ever get recalled from a little podunk town. If you're ever going through Grants Pass, my grandfather, he owned Jump Off Joe Creek. That name came from, supposedly, the Indians were chasing him down the hill. And the batch of Joe's friends were like, jump off, Joe, jump off. And then they named it Jump Off Joe Creek. I don't know if that's true or not, but if you're wondering where that name came from, it's the Indians were chasing them, shooting them with the little arrowheads. You can find arrowheads that Jump Off Joe Creek. Nice little waterfalls there. Oh, that's another place where I worked. I worked at Jump Off Joe RV Park. I forgot about that. Hot summers out there at Jump Off Joe RV Park. If you're ever through Grants Pass, go check out Jump Off Joe RV Park and you go, that's what that dipshit was talking about. That's what he was talking about. And then you can ask the story if it's true. Is it true that Joe jumped off into the waterfall? I don't know. It's folklore, but it could be true. Girl, you know it's true. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're on 26. Let's go. This is number 26. And number 26 goes to Adam Marks the Spot. Adam marks the spot. Let's go, Johnny. Oh, Johnny. Yeah, well, it was young and dumb. Stupid. Stupid. I was a true garbage pail kid, Johnny. Whatever. You have to pick it up. Maybe like a vile Kyle, but I was potty Scotty. I played in the toilet too much, baby. You know what? I was potty Scotty because I'd sit in there until somebody would come wipe my ass because my arms were too short. My arms were too short. It's a true story. I was born with short arms. I couldn't wipe my own ass. Or at least it was a lot easier to call for help. It was a lot easier to call for backup. Somebody come. I try that now and I get slapped. Wipe your own ass. No, I need a bidet. I need a bidet. But no, I guess when I was little, I used to say that. Somebody come wipe my ass. Come wipe my hiney. My arms are too short. They just don't reach. I don't want to. I don't want to put my hand down there. Somebody else needs to do it. All right, here we go. Johnny, like this explains a lot. 26 on the 26 is Adam Marks the Spot. Come on, Adam Marks the Spot. Let's get you one. Wendy, Busted Armand Gilliam, Sticky Nicky, Shut Up Sherwin, Toss Ross, Dairy Canary, Chris Mess, Hitting Ronnie, Jughead Ted, Screwball, Pete Seat, Jambalaya Jumba. Let's see, nothing to see there. Banana Hammock, Sheeny Marie, and Reptilian Lillian. So far, we have seen a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. We need to see some more than that. We need to see some more. Usually we average somewhere between 10 to 13 hits. 10 to 13. Brienne told me today she had a case that only delivered 8 hits. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. So if we get a 101, I'll forgive the case. If we get a 1 of 1, I will forgive, but not forget. I will forgive, but not forget. Let's go. Come on, baby. Hope you guys are all having a nice Saturday in the park. I know you probably all wish it was the 4th of July, but it's not. It's February, the doldrums of February, and we are ripping some Sapphire 4. We are ripping some Sapphire 4. No, we're not. What am I talking about? We're ripping Chrome 7. Holy cow, I just had a brain fart. I was just like, no, I was doing that this morning. We were ripping Chrome 7. Sapphire 4, you idiot. Here we go. That was 28. Ma, you on Napas, ma. 28. This is 27 right here. 27 again is Angelo on the 27. Coming up is 28, 29, 30. Let's go. Allison Wars. Allison Award. Oh, GPK Damien. That's your Brittany right there on the Allison Award. Jughead Ted on the mark. Miles Smiles. Dairy Canary. Gimmicky Greg. Oh, Shut Up Sherwin. Max Stacks. Dirty Birdie. Hitting Ronnie June Swoon. Tia Pot and Christine Vaccine. Let's go, Christine Vaccine. Reptilian Lillian. Tossed it with Anna. Noah Body, Sappy Sarah, Homer Runt, and nothing to see there. Come on, baby. Find us something. This is number 28. 28. And this goes to Leonard King. It's good to be king. And have your own way. Let's go. Barfing with Barbara. Ah. sometimes, Johnny, you have to sit back and just think about where you've come from, what you've done, where you grew up, and sometimes I forget to do that. I forget to do that. So I'll go down memory lane with you guys every once in a while. I'll go down memory lane. I don't get this goofy just by growing up on a cement slab and playing video games every day. I don't. I did get into video games for a minute when that new Nintendo came out and I played Super Mario Bros. I did play Super Mario Bros. Until that thing, the original Super Mario Bros. Oh my goodness. I was so pissed on Christmas because I so wanted a Nintendo. I so wanted one. I mean, all my friends had one and I was just pissed. My parents played this fucking game where we got all of our presents and I got like ski clothes or something. And I was like, the fuck am I going to do with these? Ski clothes? Okay. All right. I went in my room. This is like age 10, maybe 9 or 10. Just fucking went in my room and pouted for the rest of Christmas. And then my parents go, actually, we forgot to put a present out for you. And I'm like, oh, fuck. What is it now? Some more coal in my stocking. And it was a Nintendo. And holy shit. I think I finished on that machine 3 or 4 times. That was just the unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. It was like Gizmo and a stuffed animal. I didn't know what to do. That was just the best thing since sliced bread. Threw in Super Mario Bros. And just went after it. And grinded on that game forever. I remember a few other games that I played. Legend of Zelda was one that I liked. And a gold Unbalanced Brooks. Unbalanced Brooks. That's Garth Brooks right there. Barfing with Barbara. And Unbalanced Brooks. That's our second gold in the deck. 4A. That is a Garbage Pail Kid Music Awards on the 4A. And again, that was number 28. And that was Leonard King. It's good to be king. LK, that's your second hit. So far, LK and Brad have both hit 2 hits. Adam Bandeco got a gold, and Adam marks the spot on the green. Leonard King, you got a 41 out of 50. Garth Brooks and Dunn. Here we go. Number 29. Number 29, Loof Balloons. 99 Loof Balloons. Odd Todd on the 29. Let's get you some Odd Todd. Odd Todd, let's get you some. But yes, I remember what other games was I big on? There's a few others. It was probably about a year run. Where I just was like all in on those games. Oh, looks like we got another hit. All in on the Nintendo games. I played Duck Hunt, but I never owned Duck Hunt. That was too high. That was too highfalutin for me. If you had Duck Hunt, you were rich. You probably also had that little robot thing too. I didn't quite have that, but yeah, man. Back then in Grants Pass, there really was nobody that was rich. It was either you were poor or you were lower middle class, maybe middle class. That was kind of Grants Pass. It was an old. I grew up in an old mill town. Grants Pass was more of a mill town back then. People relied on timber. Today, Grants Pass is totally different. Grants Pass became Dutch Brothers capital of the world. Probably most of you know about Dutch Brothers, but you probably don't know the full story. Dutch Brothers, the owner of Dutch Brothers, he went to North Valley High School. The owner of Dutch Brothers, the guy that owns over 50% of the stake in Dutch Brothers, and he started Dutch Brothers with his brother. They're both Dutch, and they called it Dutch Bros. Oh, how original. Okay, well, that's how they came up with Dutch Bros. They're both Dutch, and they called it Dutch Bros. Those opened around 92 in Grants Pass, and everybody in Grants Pass, remember, this is a timber town. In Grants Pass, they're like, dude, these little coffee stands that Boersma's opening will never work. They'll never work. This is around 92. These things are never going to fly. This isn't San Francisco. This isn't Seattle. People don't need their lattes in Grants Pass. We're more black coffee people. We don't need a latte. And then all of a sudden, once it hits your lips, it tastes so good. That is Odd Todd right there. And then Dutch Bros was formed out of Grants Pass, Oregon, if you can believe that. I believe he's the second wealthiest person in Oregon now. I don't know. I think he's the second wealthiest. Holy shit, he's worth some coin. That is for certain. That was Odd Todd. Odd Todd. But that's where Dutch Bros was formed, was out of Grants Pass, out of the high school that I went to. My brother actually graduated with Boersma. I was a few years behind, that's for sure. I was a few years behind him, but I knew him pretty well, knew him pretty well. See him, I probably run into him about every 10 years now. I don't see him that often, but maybe every 10 years. Last time I ran into him was at a Blazer game. He was sitting, he was sitting courtside, of course. This is number 30. He was sitting courtside. Why wouldn't he be sitting courtside? J to K, this is Jason Bryant. But yeah, those started out, those little Dutch Bro stands started out, they had like shit. When they first started, the original one, the original Dutch Bros is in Grants Pass. If you want to go see it, if you ever go through Grants Pass, you can see the original Dutch Bros because they've gone corporate now. They've gone big boy stuff now. But the original one you could find at right next to the courthouse. Right next to the courthouse in Grants Pass. Actually, the original one's not there. The original one was a pull cart that they had at the fairgrounds. They would bring it to the fairgrounds and they would sling coffee from a little pull cart. That one's now long gone because it was just a temporary structure. It was totally temporary, and then they opened the first stand at the courthouse, and you can go to the courthouse and you can see that first stand. And there's about 10 of them. There's about 10 of them, and only one Starbucks, I believe, maybe two Starbucks now. But for the longest time, there were no Starbucks there, none of them. All right, this is number 30, and this is Jason Bryant. Here we go. Jason Bryant. But yeah, that's one of just a few people that made it. And the funny thing is, um, he came from a dairy farm family. They had a dairy farm, and then they turned it into a golf course, and then he got into the coffee making business. And then everything has moved, just been bananas ever since. Dutch Bros are all around the West Coast, and they're moving to the East Coast now. Kind of like what you see with, you're starting to see with In-N-Out Burger. You're starting to see In-N-Out Burger sprawling out everywhere as well. The sprawl is real. The sprawl is real. In-N-Out Burgers are okay. I mean, they're okay. In Oregon, to get an In-N-Out Burger, to get a fucking hamburger, people will wait in line an hour. And the In-N-Out Burger's been open for like 2 years. People will still wait in line for an hour to get a burger and fries. And I'm like, it's a burger and fries, guys. I get it. I get that it's decent. It's okay, but it's a burger and fries. 17 out of 99, but people just go nuts here about In-N-Out Burger because they used to only be in California, and then they spread out to Nevada and everywhere else. All right, that was 30. And again, 30 was Jason Bryant. Jay Bryant, you scooped and scored a fallen on a toilet. Jason Bryant right there. Fallen on a toilet. Let's go. Jay Bryant. If you're into rafting, though, I'm telling you right now, this is number 31. Number 31. 31. This is Adam Boom Bandeco. If you're into river rafting, you absolutely got to go and do the Lower Rogue rafting trip. That's where I was a rafting guide. I was a rafting guide on that river from May through about mid-September every year. That was my bag. That was my summer. That was my summer, and that's where I got shredded on the summer trips. True, true. Rafting and steroids. It was a great combination. It was a delicious combination. No, I'm kidding about the rafting. No, I'm not. The um, the Rogue River is a wild and scenic river that was they protected three rivers back in the 60s. The Colorado, the lower Rogue River. It's about a 39-mile stretch, 38, 39-mile stretch. Wild and scenic. You can know you. They haven't allowed building on that river other than tearing down an existing building and building in that spot. There are no roads. There's really no roads along the way. It's truly wild and scenic. It is a fucking badass rafting trip. Take your families. Go rafting. It's only a 3 or 4 day trip. It's not as expensive as the Colorado. It is. You will not be disappointed. It is a fantastic rafting trip. I did it for years. The most trips I ever did in the summer was 30 3-day or 4-day trips through the whole summer. My skin looked like leather. I was using a chemical sunscreen called NOAD. Do you guys remember NOAD? It was just absolutely pure chemicals, and you'd pour that all over yourself to keep the sun off you and just swim in that sunscreen. Totally awful. I think they banned it in most countries now. Oh, I'm laughing at my own cancer. Here we go. This is Jolton Joe Schmidt. Jolton Joe Schmidt on the 31. Come on, Jolton Joe Schmidt. Let's get you something. No. No, no, no. Come on. How about on the back end? Yeah, blasted Billy. Billy. Oh, Billy. Nothing. All right, we are down to 32 through 40. 32 through 40, and then that's the end of story time. Tell me a story, said the piano man. Tell me a story tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody, and you got me feeling just right. Let's go. Oh, yes. Boom. The next time I break, everybody's going to have the break on mute. So I got to say, shut this guy up. He's just talking the whole time. He doesn't shut up, does he? No. No, I don't. That's right. Here we go, 32. Here we go, number 32. 32 right here. This is Jolton Joe Schmidt on the 32. Okay, so that last one was Adam Boom Bendeco. Sorry about that. This is 32, Jolton Joe. That was Adam Boom. 32, yes. Just called that number wrong. 32 this is Jolton Joe. 32 is Joe. Here, I'll just do the rest of the list. 32 is Joe. Simon is 33. Frosty is 34. Adam Boom Bandeco is 35. 36 is Junk Food John. Triple B, Junk Food John, Green Helene, and Jada K. All right, 32. Let's get back up to you. Jolton Joe. Jolton Joe DiMaggio. Come on, Jolton Joe. We did get a super out of a blaster, but they're a little tough. They are a little tough, but we did get a super out of here, and we did get a red out of blasters. No super yet out of Hobby Lobby. I will be ripping a case of Hobby tomorrow. If you want to join that, I'll drop that around 9 a.m. Around 9 a.m. But yes, back to the river stuff. You've got to get on that river trip sometime in your life. If you like rafting on rivers, I took my son on that trip a couple years ago, and he was like, "Dad, this is the best thing since sliced bread." And I'm like, "Yes, you're right, son." And unfortunately, I had to give up that line of work. It just didn't pay the bills in the winter, and that no ad wasn't working for me. It stopped working. It stopped working. Reuben Cube, Cannibal Stew, Cannibal Lecter, Buy a Heidi, Screwy Dewey. Oh boy, nothing to see here. Tia Pot, Stars Align, and Homer Runch. How many hits have we pulled so far? Brianna, are we going to break your record? One, two. Is that still, there's one in there? Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hits so far. Come on, we can do better than that. Let's beat. That was where Brienne ended. Brienne got to 8 and it ended there. We're going to do better than that. Brienne, we're going to beat you. All right, this is Sliming with Simon on the 33. Come on, Simon. Let's beat Brienne right here, right now. Right here, right now. Sliming with Simon. Let's get it. So now the hunt is on for the Nasty Nick, the Dead Ted, and the Stormy Heather. It looks like the hunt is over for the one of one of New Wave Dave and Adam Bomb. Although the Adam Bomb, from what I'm understanding, it's taking a different twist and turn. It's already sold, and there's no penny sleeve in the top loader. There's some different style fingernails that have, that have maybe touched it, grazed it a little bit. Hopefully, it doesn't look like Teen Wolf got a hold of it by the end of the whoever gets that. Hopefully, Teen Wolf doesn't slice it in half. Here we go, Teen Wolf. Oh my goodness. All right, this is number 33, and this would be Sliming with Simon. Shuttle Brock, Alexander the Great, Max Stacks, Cut Up Carmen, On the Mark, Dairy Canary, Jughead Ted, Shuffled Sherman the Shermanator, and we got shit and shoved in it on that one. We got shoved right in the shit pile on that one. 34. 34, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're good. Look at that. I took my shoes and socks off and I got us there. Oh, yes. Adam's the drool. Ooh, the Adam Boom drool. Let's see. So yes, the Nasty Nick. The hunt is still on for the Nasty Nick. Let's pull that. I'm just hoping to pull one of them. That'd be fun to pull one of them. Just one of them so far. We've seen, I think, two of them so far, and the other ones are kind of cool too. The non-Series 1 characters. Probably, I'm not all in on the Snotty Girl from Series 2. Leaky Lindsay's not my fave. It's not, I don't want to act like it's bad. It's not a bad, but it's just not one of my faves. I would say the Semicolon I probably would like better than the Leaky Lindsay. But definitely the Dead Ted, Nasty Nick is going to be big time. Big time. Let's go. All right, here we go. This was 35, 34. And we got a hit. We hit number 9, Jay Prey. Staircasey. All right, we're cranking over Brienne's number 8 mark. 8, Gimmicky Greg, hitting Ronnie. Filled up Philip, grilled Gil, Bulls Ira, and covered up in good Slimy Kenny. All right, that was Jay Prey. 223 out of 299 on the 274B. Wake and break tomorrow morning. We got an MLB 2 4-box break at 7 a.m. West Coast time. I promise to be hungover tomorrow, so come tune in and listen to the stories in a more hungover fashion. And that was 34, 35, 30. And JT Lowe's going to tell me it sounds like I got AIDS. No, JT, don't tell me again. That was 34. That's Frosty on the J Prey. Frosty on that one. On the 34. Next up is 35. Frosty scoops and scores a hit. That would be Frosty. All right, next up on the 36, spot 36, 5. Hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's true. I got to scroll down. 35. That's right. I didn't scroll down. Okay. Adam Boom Bandeco, Junk Food John, Triple B, Junk Food John, Green Helene, and J Decay, Jason Bryant. Okay. We got them all labeled up. Even when they're numbered, I still screw them up for a second. There we go. Yes, Jason Glenn, it's true. It's been all over Facebook all day. Teen Wolf pulled it. Teen Wolf pulled the atom bomb. I can't believe it. I can't believe Teen Wolf did. Pulled the atom bomb 1 of 1. Now we're looking for Blasted Billy 2 1 of 1. The Atom Boom Rory 1 of 1. And the Nasty Nick 1 of 1, of course. Nasty Nick. Still some supers left out there, even though about 2 are being pulled a day. It seems about 2 on average, maybe 3 supers are being pulled a day. None by me in the last few days, though, and none by GPK Damien. What's up with that? What's up with that? What happened? The mojo left us. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. We've been pulling black sketches, though, black label sketches. We've been pulling those. By a Heidi, Short Mort, No Bull, Braided Brandy, Fun and James, Staple Gunther, Strong Manny, Vanessa Undresser, Toothy Jitsu, Short Mort, Jimmy Nauseum, Valerie Vomit, Vincent Van Gogh, Not Grown Grande, Make It a Grande, Noah Venti. Let's go. Here we go. And now on center stage with 5 to go. 1, 2, 3. Junk Food John, Triple B, John, Helene, and Jada Cag. Let's go, John, and then Triple B. This is John. This is John A. Scott. No, it's not you, Johnny, but you can play along if you'd like, Johnny. If we pull the 1 of 1 Nasty Nick, Johnny's a part-time owner. He's a part-time lover. Oh, yes. Is it a Don Julio Blanco night, or is it a, let's see, a dirty martini? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. What should I do? So many choices. Some would argue drink some fucking water, Scott. No, I can't. I can't drink water. I played pickleball day for 3 hours. 3 hours. Every time I won, the new partner I get, because the other partner didn't want to stay with me. They're like, no, I don't want to keep playing with you. You suck. But I keep winning. And I would always tell them, hey, you're going to win in spite of me. You're going to win in spite of me. They're like, okay, let's do it. And somehow we did. Somehow we did. But I have to dance around and do things and just confuse them. It's the confusing pickleball. You got to throw them off. Got to throw them curveballs. Right when they're going to serve, you have to say out. That's a trick. That's a trick that you do. Right when they serve, you go out, and they're like, what? And then they serve it out of bounds or into the net. And like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. And Johnny Scott's going to say, you're a dick. You've already said that, Johnny. You can't use it again. You can't say it again. You can't use it against me. Ruben Cube, Miles Smiles, Vanessa Undresser, Bent Ben, Bent Brent, Fun and James, Hidden Ronnie on the mark, Lionel Richie, Potato Zach, Reptilian Lillian, and Busted Armand Gilliam. Armand Gilliam, we're down to the final 4. I have no stories left. Tomorrow when I'm hungover, I promise to tell another one. Tell me a story. Tell me a story. Why has the music died? And they're like, good. Good, he's done. He's done. Hold on over here. Clean that one up. And my fries. Oh, why do I getting McDonald's fries? Okay, we're 4 to the gate. 4 left. This is Triple B, John, Helene, and Jason Bryant. You came back, you son of a bitch. You go away. Don't go away mad. Just go away. Girl. Vanessa Undresser. We are down to the final 4. Let's go. Thank you all for entertaining me today. I appreciate you. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have been entertained for the past 2 hours. So thank you, everybody, for entertaining me. I appreciate it. It got me through. Being a little hung today, but not too hung. Not too hung. I think the pickleball saved my bacon today. The pickleball, sweating it out. Sweating it out. I played pickleball in my Chris Farley shirt. fat guy in a little coat. I was wearing this. I played one game. I played with this girl. She's like, she's my buddy's daughter, and she's like, he said, I'm gonna take a break. You play with her, and she looked over at me and she goes, who is that on your shirt? And I'm like, you don't know who Chris Farley is? What's wrong with you? You don't know who Chris Farley is? He is the best comedian ever, ever. And her dad's like, he's the best. And I go, do you like fat guy humor? Because that's all I got. And she's like, I don't know. She kind of looked at me weird, going, I don't know. Shut up about Chris Farley. I'm like, all right, let's play pickleball. Jay Prey, Armored Armand, and we got a Bratty Matty right there on the mark, off the mark. Matty Cage, Jackpot, Brainless Brian, Whirly Girly, Screwy Dooey, Screwy, Kabalooey, and Gordon. Let's go. Boom. And that Bratty Matty, who's it go to? Who does it go to? Let's find out on the 271A. Bratty Matty with 4 to go. That would be 1, 2, 3. That's Triple B. Triple B played 3 spots and hit 3 times. How is that possible, Triple B? You found 3 hits on 3 spots. You got the autograph, you got that one and that one. 3 spots, 3 hits. Triple B, play the lottery. You just hit bingo, bango, and bongo. Let's go. Alrighty then. This is blaster number 38. 38. But yes, I play pickleball in a Chris Farley shirt. I do. Or I play in the Regal Beagle. I purposely brought my Regal Beagle shirt to Vegas because I knew Brian Siegel was going to be in Vegas. And he told me what hotel he was at. He was over at Aria, and I was over at Cosmo. Or maybe I was at the Waldorf Astoria. I can't remember. Shit, I can't remember anything that happened in Vegas other than this story. And don't bring up Molly. I can't remember what else happened. All right, so while in Vegas, I knew the Regal Beagle was going to be there for a work conference. And I said, Regal Beagle, we need to meet up. And so I had my Regal Beagle shirt on from Santa Monica, the Regal Beagle. And all of you, every one of you know where the Regal Beagle's from. And if you don't, you're not an 80s kid, okay? So the Regal Beagle, he shows up in Vegas and he's there for a day crossing over with me. And I get a hold of him, and all of a sudden, he gets on a little heater playing blackjack, and he mutes his phone. And then later, he's like, oh, I turned my phone off. I'm like, you dirtbag. I even had the Regal Beagle shirt on for you. I was going to get a picture with the Regal Beagle, Brian Siegel, and he spurned me. He didn't want to see me. He might have heard what I was on. I don't know. I was on Uppus. Ma, you on Uppus? Maybe that's why. I think he was on Uppus. One of us was on Uppus. I don't know. But anyway, the Regal Beagle shirt, I even wear that when I play pickleball now. Since Brian Siegel won't meet with me, he's like, I'm scared of you, Scott. I'm scared of you. How about a Vanessa Undresser, 13 out of 50, 276A, 276A. And then I was in Jersey, and I said, Regal Beagle, we're only like 20 minutes apart. He's like, did you wear the shirt? And I'm like, no. And he goes, then I'm not going to come see you. And I was like, oh, shit. All right. All right. Next time, Regal Beagle, you're in Vegas, I'm going to hunt you down. I'm going to hunt you down and make you take a picture with my Regal Beagle shirt on. All right, here we go. That was Vanessa Undresser on the 276A. Who gets another gold? That's like the 3rd or 4th gold. All righty then. So it looks like we are pushing over 10 hits now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hits. 11 hits. We are crushing the odds that Brienne had. All right. That was John Duncan with his first hit, and it's a gold. Varnesser Undresser. Let's go with the Goldilocks. Let's see. 1, 2. That's at least 3 golds, maybe more. Maybe more golds. Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm a sucker. You know what happens to me is I'll be on Instagram or one of those things just watching those little reels, and I get caught up watching them, and then all of a sudden I'll see like a T-shirt ad, and I buy stupid shit on those. It's just real quick. You buy it, and it shows up. You're like, why did I buy this? Why the fuck did I buy this? But it got me. It's impulse. I have no impulse control. All right, that was John G. John A. Scott. No, it's John Duncan. All right, John Duncan. And then last 2, the final 2 is Green Helene and Jason Bryant. We are on 11 hits. I bet we hit our number at 12. 12 is about the law of averages with these. So far, no reds, no supers, but some golds and an autograph. Let's see if we can up our game a little bit. Let's go. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., I will be dropping a high roller board where first and second place can walk away with a sealed case of Hobbies, Chrome 7 Hobbies. There'll be other prizes like a Sapphire 1 box for first or second. It's going to be a double prize day. We're doubling up the prize. 2 winners, first and second place tomorrow. You can get a Kia, you can get a Neon, or you can get a case of the Hobbies. That's right. Maybe even a Samurai. Maybe a Samurai. Be careful though. Those roll over. Those roll over. You can't take the corners too high and tight. Not good. Ill advised. My buddy. This is a true. Okay, back to Grants Pass. This is how I grew up. My buddy, he's like, I ran into him. He's like, dude, I hurt my arm. I'm like, what did you do? He goes, I rolled my Samurai and I put my arm out to stop the roll. And I'm like, wow, you truly ate more paint chips than I did. He went to the hospital and he had a broken arm. But his Samurai rolled on its side and he put his arm out the window to stop the Samurai. But keep in mind, you saw the picture of me. I was a big fucker. This guy was like twice my size. He was meat and potatoes. He was a state champion wrestler, just a guy, and he was into UFC before UFC even started. This was just a mean mofo, and he thought he could stop the Samurai when it rolled over. I don't know who won the battle. The broken arm, he might have pushed the thing over with his broken arm. I don't know. He was that mean. He was a mean mofo. All right, this is Green Helene. Green Helene. Modern Art, Toss Ross. Cannibal Stew, Grand Ant, Braided Brandy, Vincent Ventriloquist, Modern Art, Alien Allen, Valerie Vomit, Have a Nice Dave, Jay Prey. Now with a neon you could probably get away with that. You flip a neon on its side, you could flip it back over with one arm sticking out the window. Cannibal Stew, Cannibal Lecter, Hannibal Stew, Vincent Van Gogh, Ventriloquist, and Vincent is Van Gogh. This is blaster number 40. We are stuck on 11 hits. It would be sweet to hit our number because the number is usually 12. 12 is the average. Brienne got her ass kicked earlier today. She said she got an 8. 8. I have heard of nobody getting 8 hits in a blaster case, but Brienne said it's true. I've actually heard people say they got 16 hits in a blaster case, and I'm like, don't tell Brienne because you got her hits. She doesn't know it, but you got her hits. You probably should give those to her. Those are kind of her hits. You should probably give them to her. He's like, don't tell her. Don't tell her. I'm like, well, I'm going to have to tell her. The cat's out of the bag now. You have Brienne's hits. He's like, well, I'll give her maybe a green or two. I'm like, well, you have her hits. You'll have to make that decision. You have her hits in your blaster. You have to make that decision on your own. Brienne, if you want to know their name, I'll tell you. I'm kidding. I would never give up their name. I would never give it up. But they have your hits, Brienne. You can hunt them down like a dirty dog. Hunt them down for stealing your hits out of your blaster. Here we go. Let's get hit number 12. Ringo Starr. Kettle the Gretel. Grilled Gill. June the Moon. Fallout Toilet. Shut Up Sherwin. Homer Runt. Chris Mess. Did you guys see the video of X? Oh, we did get hit number 12. Did you guys see the video of X talking to Trump? Shut up. Shut up. And Trump's like, what? I was like, oh shit. It was during a news conference and Elon's up there talking and Trump's just sitting there. And X is over there just running his mouth to poor Trumpster. Trump's like, what the fuck's wrong with this kid? And he's just railing on Trump and Trump doesn't know what to do. On live TV, 284A, that is Jason Bryant, 284A, 198 out of 299. And I think Elon sees it going on. He's like, oh, fuck. X is acting a fool again. X is acting a fool. Jason Bryant right there on the many heads. I watched that video. I watched the news conference and I was cracking up. I'm like, oh, shit. Trump and this kid are going to have a battle here. It was a battle of wills. Who won? I put my money on X. Any kid named X, XYZ or whatever his name is. All right, here we go. We got a hit review coming. Let's do it to it. Jason Bryant, somehow you got 2 hits on 2 spots. Jason Bryant scooped and scored 2 hits. We hit 12. Brienne, we beat you by 4. Odd Todd found himself some lovin' on the brainless Brian. And then John Duncan, he finds a Goldilocks on the Vernesser Undresser. And then we come over to Frosty the Snowman. He finds a Sparkle and Fade on the J Prey. Adam marks the spot on a green right there on the no-show for Bruno. Did you guys hear the story about Bruno Mars? He's stuck in Vegas playing all those shows to pay off his markers. He got such bad gambling debt that he has to stay in Vegas and just do shows with whatever casino that he had all the markers with. Unbalanced Brooks and On the Mark right there. I don't know. I don't personally know if it's true, but it sounds like a good story anyway. That's one way to pay off your markers. Adam Bandeco right here. Adam Bandeco got a David Happy Hoff in the gold variety. Adam B and Brad Williams scoops and scores. Brad played 3 spots and he gets 3 hits. Right there, the Rory Otto, the Grilled Gill, and the Braddy Matty. That, my friends, was a blaster break. Thank you all for the memories. Thank you all for the memories and the trip down memory lane. Thank you, thank you. I won't do that every weekend, but you got a little taste of where my brain got fucked up with all those paint chips and doing whippets. Whip it good. You can whip it into shape. It's not too late to whip it. Whip it good. All right, stop eating rabbit turds and let's play some GPK tomorrow. Tomorrow we got the high roller board. We got the MLB 2 break at 7 a.m. It's a wake and break. And then later in the day, I will drop a Chrome 7 hobby break. Some spots are already pre-filled, but when I drop that board, be quick. There's always a few people afterwards going, oh, shit. What do you have to do to get a spot around this joint? You got to be quick. We're going to rip a case of hobbies tomorrow. And then on Monday, one more blaster case. And then that's it for me for a while. That is it for me for a while on Chrome 7. I'm going to kind of reel it back in and kind of get back to my normal raffles where you can win sealed product. And I'm not going to sit here and just tell stories about nonsensical bullshit the whole time. But when I break again, you never know. We might go down memory lane. All right, everybody. To you, to yours. Thank you so much for being part of Calvert Cards. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to sit here and just spew a bunch of nonsense. So thank you, everybody, for giving me this platform. I appreciate every single one of you. We're about to hit 750 followers on Whatnot. Make sure and give me a follow over there. My goal is 1,000. 1,000 on Facebook and 1,000 on Whatnot. So thank you all for joining. And as always, I will see you soon on the boards. Take care, everybody.